YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. It's a little doomy, it's a little gloomy. The lighting's not great, it's because it's late, it's 8 p.m. As you may have noticed though, uploads have been very scarce recently, and I'd like to do an update video at some point to explain why that is. For now though, I'll just say, yeah, it's a little doomy and gloomy today because the lighting's not great because it's late. But I just have this little slot to record a video, so I'm going to try and record a video, and I'm excited for this one today. As I said, there will be an update video hopefully soon. If I have to, I have a cold right now, or I'm recovering from a cold, bouncing back from a cold, so I kind of just have this like awkward lingering cough. I just recorded some stuff for the other channel, so hopefully my voice has been moving enough that I don't have to break into any coughing fits in the middle of this, but it has been a little rough. I'm playing games with my friends last night, and they were struggling to understand anything I was saying at points, so if I have to like mute the thing and I'm like it's because I'm coughing. I apologize. I have an exciting one today. There's some more channel regulars coming up soon. I have a Metallica video waiting to be added. Today we have Deftones' Simple Man, and the reason why I'm excited for this one, I have been getting into Deftones a little bit recently on the back of a recommendation from a random person on TikTok. I wish I could shout them out, but I just can't remember who recommended them, and I watched so many TikToks that it would take me an age to scroll back through my liked videos to try and find it. Someone was like, hey, listen to Deftones. If you listen to Deftones, you're really cool. And I was like, I want to be really cool. And one of their songs was playing in the background and I was rocking with it. So I've been listening. They have an album called Covers, is it literally just an album full of covers? I don't know. I didn't really register. I'm not going to lie. I looked at this pretty quickly and was like, oh shit, Simple Man. I really like this song. I like the original by Leonard Skinner. My personal favorite version of the song, the version by Shinedown, I really like. I just opened Google so I get a bit more lighting. I really like. I heard it as a kid. I loved Shinedown as a kid. They were one of those bands that were just like around a lot. Sound of Madness is a great album that I loved when it came out when I was younger. I still love to this day. I really like the Shinedown version of Simple Man, and I like the song itself and the Leonard Skinner version, and kind of the message of it. But I really love Brent Smith's voice, the lead singer of Shinedown, and I think that song works really well for him, and what he does with his voice on that song works brilliantly. That said, when I was getting into Deftones and I was like, I'm starting to rock with what they've got going on, so they did a cover of Simple Man, I went, oh shit, I love that song. Let's see how they do it. I like a good cover. We've done some covers on the channel before. We did Creeping Death. Was it Bullet for My Valentine did Creeping Death? No. What did Bullet for My Valentine do? We did Stone Sour did Creeping Death. Oh, did Bullet for My Valentine also do it? I don't think I reacted to that actually. But we did the Stone Sour Creeping Death. Doesn't matter. Simple Man, Deftones. Let's see what Deftones have to offer to a song that I think quite highly of. Let's go. It's already a lot chunkier than the Leonard Skinner version starts out. It's quite like acoustic-y and country-ish. Oh, that's thick. Completely different tone to the original for sure. It's very weird jump cut there, I know, but I've got to watch the throat. It sounds like a really bad Kanye Jay-Z album parody. Watch the throat, bad joke. very thick, very ambient. The guitars. I don't know if that's down picking, but it's quite like it's got that sort of like crunchy, thick sound to it, and it's got that it's got like a nice, quick. It's just a different. It's a different feel to it, and I think as well with the vocals, it's quite low and like a little throaty and a little ominous. But then there's like another layer to it, or there's like a second vocal that's like a little kind of wispy and floaty, but then there's like a little bit of reverb on that, so it's kind of like it's almost a little ominous and a little eerie, but also quite like it's very filling. It's a very filling sound, both the vocals and kind of the instrumentation as well. Different tone for sure, different tone to the original. I am digging it though, and I want to see how it goes, because obviously like later on into the song with the other versions I've heard, they kind of build up vocally a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see if he does the same. But then he still comes back to put that focus on the lyrics. Totally different. That was a bit fresh, a little different. If you watch the channel or not a lot, you'll know that I'm a sucker for a good solo, or just a solo. I love a guitar solo. I love a guitar solo. It's one of my favorite things to discover in a song. A lot of the bands we cover that have a lot of solos, Metallica, Maiden and bands like that, you'll know when I'm sat there listening to a Maiden song, I'm looking forward to this, and the solo comes, I'm like, oh, here it is, this is what I was waiting for. Love a good solo. Didn't see that coming. I guess I didn't see how it fits in, but that was it was different, but it was good, and I really like I think people do. There's like a trend on TikTok right now of people like guitarists adding extra guitar to songs where it's not quite there, either adding like extra melody to it, or alternatively adding like a solo to a song that didn't have a guitar solo, and it'd be a song that you wouldn't expect it. It'd be like a song where it was like, Levitating by Dua Lipa and DaBaby, pop song, but obviously that was like a big song like a month or two back. It was like #1 at the top of the charts or whatever. Pop song, wouldn't expect to have a solo, and someone was like, hey, imagine if there was a solo in Levitating, and it sounded really freaking cool. And I'm like, you know what, that's the kind of thing where I'm like, I want to hear more guitar solos and stuff, because why not? First of all, I love a good guitar solo. That was such a digression that didn't need to happen, and that one it fit the song, and I feel like there's just a weird middle ground sometimes where you're doing a cover of like trying to put your own style on it and trying to, you know, have a reason to do the cover, right? It's not just like, oh, you're just redoing a song that exists and there's no point. You've got to kind of put your own spin on it and your own style on it, which obviously they have. You can tell just from like the vocal performance here and the way he's using his voice and his, this has their style on it, right? It's completely different to the original, but you've got to kind of do that and put your own stamp on it, but at the same time not just like completely botch the song. I think it's possible to just like fuck it so much that people are gonna people who like the original song are gonna listen to it and be like, you've ruined it. I feel like they've nailed it. I feel like they've definitely put their own style on it, as I said, but that solo fit the song perfectly. It fit their version of the song perfectly, for sure, but I feel like it fit the song as a whole really well as well. My voice is air.
You'll find yourself, follow your heart, nothing else, and you can do this if you try. All that I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied. And be a simple kind of man, and be something you love and understand. Maybe be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Be a simple kind of man. Be something you love and understand. Maybe be a simple kind of man. Oh, would you do this if you can? Be a simple kind of man. Be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man.
Yeah, I dug it. That one felt like it was about putting their sound on it, their stamp on it, their style on it. You know, I talked about how the song in like the other versions I know kind of like build up and they kind of pop off a bit more at the end versus like more subtle openers. That one kind of went. It kind of felt like they more were about putting their sound on it the whole way through and kind of just going psh, and then staying consistent. And there's still these bits where they were kind of went for that more like space filling sound, whilst then still coming back to some of the verses where they then brought like the rest of the instrumentation down a little bit, so they focused a bit more on the lyrics and stuff, and then brought it back in. So there still was elements of that, but it felt a bit more consistent throughout, and like they were like, bam, this is our sound, let's put it on the whole song, and then this is how the song's going to sound. It's gonna be Simple Man, and it's gonna be in our style, and that works, and they did a good job with it. But yeah, it was interesting the kind of the way the vocals were presented. And they kind of stayed pretty consistent throughout. That kind of like, I don't even know, like ethereal sort of like pseudo apathetic. Like it almost felt like there was some like cynicism in there in his voice. I don't know if that was deliberately done or if it's just, you know, I'm still getting used to Deftones and maybe that was just their style. But I am just pulling up. I'm pulling up I didn't pull up the Genius page because it's a cover and like I know the song well enough that I don't need the lyrics or anything. And also the song itself is pretty straightforward, right? Like we know what the, like, you know, it's like a mother passing on advice to her son and stuff. So I don't really feel like it was necessary. But now that I'm here, I'm like, actually, I wonder if there's any like interesting factoids about that particular version. But yeah, so I don't know if that was deliberate or if it's just kind of the vocal style there. I think it was more just the vocal style. However, it was interesting. Oh, there's some B-sides and rarities. It doesn't look like there's any fun little factoids. I'm going to be honest with you. No fun little factoids. People were just talking about the song itself and the lyrics and stuff. Fair enough. Okay. Yes, I don't know if that was like a deliberate thing there, if that was just the kind of the way he was singing the song, but it was interesting because it felt like they put their sound on the song, they put their style on the song, and their tone on the song. Pun semi-intended because I was looking at the word on the screen. My throat's fucked. It's fucked. It's bad. It's bad. It's fucked. It's done. It's toast. It's gone. I've been coughing too much. I've been coughing for 2 days and now it doesn't know how to make noise anymore. JK, I would never shut up. I enjoyed it. I guess that's all I'm gonna say. It's one of those. I feel like I said quite a lot in the pauses. I feel like those were quite long pauses. I was talking quite a bit, so I have a ton more to add. But I like that they kind of put their sound on it and their stamp on it, their style on it, without like distracting the song. Like it worked. Everything they did worked. And clearly, you know, if you're gonna cover a song, a lot of the time artists cover songs that they like really like, and sometimes it's just, oh, we just like the song, it sounds good. But a lot of the time it's like, oh, you know, we like what the song's like about and what it stands for and like what the lyrics mean and stuff. So this is one of those where it's like, you know, the message is relatively straightforward, as the song would maybe, you know, paint itself to be a simple man, relatively simple message, relatively simple, you know what I mean? Like maybe that's kind of in line with what the whole point of the song is. However, it's still like quite a good message, I think, and I can see it being the type of thing that like sit close to someone's heart. Obviously, you know, the song's been around. It's 73, I think the original came out. So I can see it being one of those songs, you know, people can hear it when they're a kid. Obviously, I heard it when I was young. I heard the Shinedown version originally, and then it's a song that stuck with me to this day, and I imagine will continue to do so as my life goes on, and I can see that happening with other people as well. So. Obviously this is a song that, you know, if they chose to cover it, they probably like it resonates with them, or they just really like the song and the message of it and whatnot. So the fact that they then took that and then put their own spin on it and kind of put their style on it, and it worked. I think it was a good tribute to the song, I would suggest. And I was into it. On that note, though, I feel like I'm rambling so much because like my head's gone. I'm out of practice for reactions for one, and for two, I'm like recovering from being ill, so my head is genuinely just like fried. It's all over the place. I don't know what I'm saying or doing anymore in front of this camera. That said, sorry, uploads have been all over the place. I apologise in every video I record. I'd love to do an update at some point, but this is kind of testament to how crazy things have been. Literally the only reason I've wanted to do an update for about 2 weeks, the only reason I haven't done one is because I was waiting to like figure some things out before I did it, and still haven't figured like any of those things out. Basically, I started a new job is the TLDR, and I'll go into more of that and when the thing happens. But I want to kind of get the ball rolling a bit more with YouTube again, as I've said about 50 times in the past 6 months. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll get to it. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for kind of sticking around and staying patient, and I appreciate you all. I'll see everyone in the next video, whenever that may be. Alright, later. Bonk.